G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. And guess what? We're number one. We're at the top, man. We're at the top. Because this is Super Tottenham. Super Tottenham from the lane. How about that? Let's have a look at the table here. Not in a title race. Not in a title race, but oh, I can just see the the media now. Tottenham scraped by. It's only Luton. Oh, can you see it? We're still under the radar, folks. Still under the radar. No one's taking us seriously. But there we are. We, humble old Tottenham Hotspur, by far the greatest football team the world has ever seen, are setting the pace. Setting the pace. Oh, now it's the other teams like Arsenal and Man City talking about mythical beasts like, oh, we've got a game in hand. Who cares, man? We're at the top. While the sun is in the sky today, at least, Tottenham Hotspur are the number one team in England and Wales. There is no denying that. Now, another game, the Luton game, that I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. I thought we did really well. For the first 15 minutes, man, oh man, how that ball didn't go in the back of the net. But hey, you know, that's football. Sometimes that can happen, you know. But I had the thoughts that were crossing my mind the first 20 minutes was, we were just in such a different class to Luton. It was like men playing boys. Our team looked like a team of bloody men going about their business. And I thought it was really impressive. And you know what else we were? We were cool. Just like, it all makes sense to me now. And one of Ange's heroes when he was growing up was the Fonz. The Fonz always played it cool. And Ange Postecoglou is a cool customer. It's imprinted in his childhood mind how to be cool. And then what do you see on the pitch? Coolness everywhere. I mean, destiny, you doggy. God, you can't have that much composure as a player, can you? There he is in Luton's penalty box, just slowing it down, jinking around. Not a worry in the world. It is beautiful football by Udogie. Our defence, Romero and Van der Ven, holy moly, man. Van der Ven got a goal as well, nice finish. But those two are just showing themselves to be, I think, the absolute class centre-half pairing acting in the Premiership at the moment. Now, of course, it didn't go all our own way, because that's football. There's two teams on the pitch, you've got to expect the other lot to do something. And even though I thought Luton were out of the game, they managed to come back and, in fairness to them, give us a game. Give us a game for some, you know, some periods of the match. They tried to play football, which was good for us because it gave us a chance to attack. So fair play to Luton. But they were just not in the same quality as us. Now, fortunately, we went down to 10 men, didn't we? Yves Bissouma, I thought the first yellow card was quite funny, actually. It wasn't sort of malicious, it was kind of comedic, the way he just climbed all over someone. And maybe yellow card was a bit harsh, but a yellow's a yellow. The referee had it out of his hand, out of his pocket, I mean into his hand, so it's a yellow card. And so when you're in that situation, Yves, you've got to keep a level head, man. And diving, some referees would give it, some referees wouldn't. But, you know, I think it was fair enough. Can't argue with it. 2 yellow cards and we were a man down. But did we go to pot? Did we go to pot like we did so many times last season? Remember last season? We had so many chances when destiny was in our own hands. I think there was one time we could have gone second, we could have solidified third, we could have got back to fourth. There were a few opportunities where it was there for the taking last year. And at every opportunity we failed, we let ourselves down. But not last night, man, not last night. We dug in deep, and you know what? Going down to 10 men, that's not going to stop how we play. There was a game, it was a Yokohama final that, I've forgotten the exact circumstances, when Ange was manager, and Yokohama, I think, had to win by a certain number of goals to ensure that they'd won the championship. And they went down to 10 men, and what did they do? I think they went down 10 men, it might have been 2-0 up, and I think they had needed two goals or more to be champions. So they went down to 10 men, and what did Ange Postecoglou and Yokohama do? They went on the attack and got a third, just to bury the game. And That's what I like to see. Sometimes things don't go your way in football, and there's no point in crying about it. You just get on with it, knuckle down and get on with the job. Dare I say it, last night could turn out to be a championship performance when we look back on the season. If things go really sparklingly well, it'd be moments like this we'll look back on and say, you know what, we didn't just dig one out. Dig one out implies that, you know, your football was somehow substandard and you just had to grind out a result. I thought we played awesome. I thought we were fantastic. Maddison was his passing was a little bit off, but you know, he came good with a moment of glory, another setup for a goal. Pape Matar had an absolute blinder in midfield as usual. There's a screaming kid, man, going at about 2 kilometres an hour. Just speed it up, man. Speed it up. Go quickly, the kid will go to sleep, won't it? Oh dear, live and let live, eh? It's a big old world, can't complain. Pape Matar, brilliant performance by him, running all over the place, saving our skin, running with the ball. I just can't fault Pape Matar at the moment. And up front, Richarlison, okay, yeah, he missed a couple of sitters, but I'm full of rose-tinted glasses today. I was happy that he actually got into those positions, because he, you know, at the beginning of the season he wasn't even quite doing that, but he got into those positions. Yeah, should have been a couple of goals there, but one of those days, eh? And I thought apart from that he played very well, creating on the left wing side of things. Taken off at half time, and again Ange's substitutions proved to be perfect. It changed. I'm noticing what's happening with these substitutions is, okay, we don't have the creative flair, but it does change the look of our team. And when I say change the look, I don't mean it turns us to crap. We get resilient. So it's like we've got the show ponies, they've got their chance, but we need the, I don't know, the muscle men or whatever, the grinders, to come out and see out the result. And I thought the subs did a brilliant job. It was nice also to see Valise get on the ball a bit later on. I think he only gave him like 5 minutes, but a run-on's a run-on. Now, apart from the league table, which we're all, well, I'm enjoying for the next day, because like I say, we're setting the pace, we're number 1. We've got to check out the Hotspur Hippie Dreamometer. Here we go. Now, as usual, it's been a few hours since I've updated the numbers, so I'll see if I can remember. Let's have a look here. So, on the left-hand side, we've got points gained on last year. Now, Luton weren't in the Premier League last year. They were promoted 3rd of the Championship. So I'm taking the equivalent fixture as bottom of the Premier League, which was Southampton. Now, Southampton away ended in a 3-3 draw last year. We won this one this year, so it's a gain of 2 points. Gain of 2 points. That takes us up to 71 points predicted on that measure, which is the same that got us Champions League 2 years ago under Antonio Conte. So I'm saying, bugger it, we're in for Champions League place on that measure. Now, on the pro rata points gained, if you take our number of points, I think it's 20, isn't it? Something like that. 20 divided by 8 times 38. And you get the magic number of 95, and I don't care what book you're reading, that book says Tottenham Hotspur are in for a title tilt this season. There's no question about it, we're on fire. Now, those two numbers will magically converge seamlessly on reality by the end of the game. I know it's a stupid statistic, but statistics are stupid, so I'm doing my own one. Don't gamble on it, because gambling's wrong, folks. I've switched off all the gambling adverts on YouTube, which I'm very happy about, because I don't want to be part. I don't want dirt on my hands like that. So there you go. The Hotspur Hippie is all looking good. On the one hand, we're challenging for a title, and on the other hand, we're definitely back in Europe. Now, I did notice just briefly in Ange's press conference before the game, and when he was talking about VAR and things like that, I really got the impression that the journalists, it's like you can hear a pin drop. They're hanging on Ange's every word, just stunned silence. Stunned silence, because he just makes so much sense. I thought he wrapped up the old, you know, replay argument very eloquently with a bowl, eloquently using simple words. You've got to be smart to be able to do that. You've got to have some sort of wisdom in your brain, you know. when he said that, look, there probably is a case sometime for doing it, but the benchmark's got to be higher than just making a mistake. You know, and I see what he's saying. I agree with him. If it turned out that there was some sort of brown paper bag, some sort of malfeasance, you know, George Graham's been involved or someone like that, then of course you might have grounds for saying, look, that wasn't a fair result. But as Ange said, when it's a mistake, you can't have that as the benchmark of doing a replay in football. And I agree with Ange. Part of what I love about football is that it's a bit shit, if you know what I mean. It's not a perfect game, but it's such a great game that it's very rarely that the best team or the deserving team, despite all the rubbish that happens with decisions and whatnot, the best team generally does win, and that's what makes it a great sport. And it isn't suitable for VAR. You know, we've just got to be a little bit less entitled as fans and just cop it on the chin that you don't get all the decisions. And that was what it was like back in the day. You didn't get all the decisions, but was that the main talking point for the games? Generally not. You know, you'd have an offside goal disallowed and you'd go on about it, but at the end of the day, the result's the result. And the more we tidy up and try and sanitise football, the more we get rid of that, you know, that just jammy arse factor. And that's what I want to see staying in the game. But for now, we don't need any jam at Tottenham. We've got peanut butter and banana fried sandwiches. We're eating like the king, Elvis Presley. We're just taking care of business in a flash. We're number one, numero uno, top dog, king of the heap, top of the hill. That's what we are. We are Tottenham, Super Tottenham. We are Tottenham from the lane. And until next time, folks, when we may still be top of the division in a title push, next time, who knows, man. But till then, peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.